show you in this video how to change out a COC chip on our continuous ink system cartridge. I just want to point this out. I'm going to send you the chip. It's going to have a piece of two-sided adhesive tape on it. You're going to peel it and stick it down. If you ever get them mixed up, if you take the tape off, you're not going to be able to see it in the video here, but in that chip on the back, we etched in what color it is and for what printer it goes in or what cartridge it goes in. Like this is a 564 XL yellow, because this yellow chip I'm going to change out. Maybe it's on crooked, whatever, but this is only in the video here to show you how to change out a chip should you need to do it. And what you're going to need is a small X-Acto type knife so you can get under the chip, peel it off, and then stick the new one on. Now it can only go on a certain way, like that. And there, underneath the cartridge, right here, there's a little spot where it shows where the chip needs to go. I'll show you that right now. Okay, now I took off that old chip, and I want to show you this. There's a little area here that we have on the cartridge where it's like, you could call it grayed out or marked. That's where the chip's going to go. You don't want to go too far this way or too far that way. It won't register the chip. So I hope you can see this little area right here. Okay, now I'm going to peel the chip, hold it on the edge, and then get it in that area right there where it's edged out. Line it up and press it down. Now if you're out of alignment, you won't be able to register. The chip won't register. That's how simple it was to replace the chip. Now because I'm working on it, I got to bring this up. I folded the hose, I put that paper clip on. That's it. Now I'm going to show you how to prime the cartridge in the next video, part of this video rather. In the next part of this video, I'm going to show you how, if this goes empty, this is called the supply chamber. And this is the exit port chamber. This does not have ink in it. The printer will not draw ink from the tank, and it also will not print. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to prime a cartridge up. Sometimes the supply chamber, that's the chamber where the hose goes in. It loses its prime, sometimes on one cartridge, sometimes on a couple. First thing you do, get a paper clip, take it out of the printer, and use one of these big paper clips, fold the hose, and stick it on it. That's number one. Number two, you come over here, and you plug off all the air plugs. Okay? Now you got it out. It's down here. Now, if you have the Purge Tool, you can buy the whole set, or you might get one or two with your system. You can use just one. You start always with the lightest color. Like here I'm going to go yellow. I see my magenta's low, maybe a little bit on the blue, and then to the black. This way I don't have to wash it out every time. But if you have one for every color, then you don't have to worry about that. You do any one you want. Now, to help do this, I'm going to take and put a big clamp on. I think I'll put it around to the back here. There. That's going to help hold it while I use the little plunger to draw up the ink. Now, remember we closed off all the air plugs. I've got the paper clip on, but I'm going to take the paper clip off now. Straighten out the hose. Because with the paper clip on, I'm not going to be able to prime the cartridges. Now, if you like, you still have your orange clips, you can put them on the cartridges if you're worrying about them leaking all over. But usually, when you plug it off up here, it's not going to leak over here. Now, because I'm going to do yellow, I'm only going to unplug the yellow. Now, I'll take This is the hard part because you want to make sure you get a good suction. So you get over the top, push down, and pull up. Now I'm drawing the ink up. Now, you see, I've filled that whole cartridge up and primed it. Now you can take this off, go over, and put this little plug back in. It's very important you do that. Now sometimes they don't want to go in. If you take a little liquid soap, put on your fingers, then you can just slide them back in the hole, because sometimes they swell. So now, I've just primed that cartridge. Now I'm going to go to the next one. So I'll take the clamp off, put it on the next one, get this out of my way. Now I can empty that little bit of ink out. There again, open up the magenta, go over, place it right over the top, pull up. There you go. Stop. And there again, I prime that up. And if you notice, no ink is leaking all over. Now I'll reach back, put that plug in. Now that's the way you do it. You're going to do them all exactly the same way. Okay, now I'll do the cyan. Now if you just pull up, you're not going to get a good suction. You're going to just draw air. You want to get that plunger right on that opening, that exit port, and pull up. Because if you don't do it right, it's not going to work. So just take your time. Make sure it's right on it, like that. Then you can pull up, and you draw up the ink. Okay, now I'm going to do the black next. Because I usually, when I have them out, I do them all. Even though this really doesn't need to be primed, I'm going to do it anyway, because I see a little air in the hose. A little bit of air in the hose is never a problem. Now when you get 2 or 3 inches, well then you want to check your cartridges if it's not printing right. It goes over the black, pull up. That was easy, I primed it right up. Okay, reach over, put the black plug back in. There we go. Now, go back, take the paper clip, fold the hose, and now, when you go to pick up the cartridges, they're not going to leak all over. That's how you prime your system. Sometimes after you get done filling, you put them in the printer, they don't print, they start to fade out. That's because in the exit port here, the little fiber has got pushed up too far. So when you snap it into the print head, it doesn't make a good contact with the print head, like that. It just doesn't make a good contact. And the other thing is, if it's wiggly or it's not locked in, that could be a problem. You want to make sure you lock it in and it doesn't move. Now, sometimes if the chip is on and it's not on correctly, it'll cause the cartridge not to want to click in. It's very hard, because here's the contact points. So you want to make sure that chip is not sticking up too far and it's locked in. That's the case. If that exit port area is pushed in, there's no way to really fix it. You can order in another cartridge, prime it, and put it back in. Just wanted to point that out because a lot of times when copies fade out, it can only be the print head or the exit port of the cartridge, or it needs to be reprimed.